Hey guys, if you could wave a magic wand and get your mind to stop telling one story or having one specific thought, I bet everyone here could at least name one right off the bat that they wish their freaking mind would just stop saying, telling, talking about, or you have a specific image that the mind just loves to keep bringing up. And because the mind is a primitive survival based mechanism, it's not going to keep bringing up incessantly the happy, positive, gratitude filled images and stories and thoughts. That's not a mind's job. The mind's job is just to protect you. So, to do that, it has to bring up the urgent, high stakes, serious, negative, worst case scenario thoughts. That's its job. But all of us, every single one of us, has those few, like two or three thoughts or images or memories that just come up again and again and again and again. And then maybe they die out for a little while and then they just are back in full force. And maybe they come through dreams and nightmares or they're just innocently in the middle of a day when you're minding your own business and bam, there's that image or that thought or that story or that judgment all over again. We all have them because we all have human minds that are designed to do exactly what they do, bend heavily toward the negative, the high stakes, the catastrophic, the worst case scenario. Minds love to look at the future and predict catastrophe, and they love to ruminate about the past, but not about the past that went great. The mind, by nature, likes to ruminate about the things that, quote, went wrong, the things you should have never done, the things you could have done better. That's what the mind likes to do. I think of it like a vacuum or a vortex, like this invisible power that like I don't know why I picture it pulling me to the right, but I picture the mind and thoughts just like trying to suck you in like, ooh, come to the land of negative. Come to the land of worst case scenario. And it's hypnotic. It's like a trance because the greatest trick the mind has is evidence. And the mind will give you all kinds of logical evidence as to why something is truly horrible, why you can't handle it, why it was the worst decision you ever made. The mind has a stockpile of evidence, but that's also made up. I know it doesn't look made up. So recently I went on a trip and knowing full well how my mind works, because it works like every human mind, I knew that going into this trip, one of the things our culture has taught us to do, and it's so sneaky, I think it flies low under the radar. I think most of us are still not aware, not even conscious that this is happening. But when you do things like go on vacation or have a birthday, or have a holiday or anything that our culture calls special. Our culture has sort of baked into our programming this expectation. Well, I should feel happy. I should feel grateful. I should feel good. I should feel like full of joy. It's a holiday. I should be ecstatic. It's my birthday. I should be filled with bliss and relaxation. It's a sunny, warm day at the beach. But hidden in that programming, that cultural programming, is so much pressure on the nervous system. Because the truth is, holidays, birthdays, vacations, special days, graduations, wedding days, you name it, anything our culture calls special, is the perfect, most wonderful opportunity for the energy of frustration, disappointment, anxiety, panic, rage, sadness, confusion, insecurity, for those energies to come roaring to the surface to be part of the sunlight. A holiday, a vacation, and that's what we call it here in America, a vacation is truly the most wonderful, perfect opportunity to have all kinds of emotions. And without buying into the mind's negative pull, we just have insecurity or disappointment or rage or fear. We just have them. They are waves of energy that need to move through. And so, what I did recently was I made this bingo card for my trip to Martha's Vineyard, and it looks like this. And on my bingo card, I wrote things like sad, overwhelmed, frustration, furious, weary, concerned, stressful, urgent, fear, shame, left out, hurt, and a bunch of others, because these are the emotions that love to come to the surface because they're waves of energy, right? They're just like all the other emotions, except for what our mind has learned to say about them. So when I took this with me to Martha's Vineyard, the whole point of having the bingo card is not to do symptom tracking. It's not to see how many times a day or how many days in a week I have overwhelm or panic or sadness or disappointment. It's simply to be a reminder, hey, this is a wave of energy. The normal human mind will want to pull you into, why is it here? This means your vacation is ruined. This means you're not doing something right. And your mind will do all the negative, catastrophic, urgent things that minds do. So this lovely little bingo card is simply a reminder, hey, none of this vortex, this hypnosis is true. You're simply having a wave of energy called overwhelm. And when we are just present to overwhelm, like, oh, you're here, hi, without falling into the trap of all those negative, urgent stories, well, so much opens up to us. We begin to actually help our body remember safety. We get to help our nervous system remember for the first time, maybe in decades, that all human emotions and direct experiences are safe. And not only are they safe, they are very much in service of us. Now, we can't look to our cultural programming and conditioning for that. This is something we open to. We kind of just like grow ourselves bigger and wider and arms stretched out to say, I'm willing to see this differently. And I have this brilliant client who sent me these notes, and I told her I was going to use them in this video. So she took my bingo card and she made her own bingo card with all the things her nervous system likes to do and all the emotions that are the most persistent for her. So she has sensations, symptoms, emotions on her bingo card, all kinds of things as a reminder. This too is safe. But then this is what she wrote on the back, and I want to end with this. I printed it out. I took a picture of it on my phone, printed it out, and this is what she has on the back of her bingo card. This is not only a safe human experience, it is one that is in service of my growth and expansion. It is trustworthy. It does not need to be gotten rid of. It is here to do good work. It needs to complete its good work. Any emotion or physiological sensation is 100% safe and in service of me. Nothing has gone wrong simply because I'm having a human experience. It helps to remember the primitive mind has one specific job. It is a danger detector. It means that our minds have a natural tendency to pull our attention toward the negative, the catastrophic, and the urgent. It is constantly scanning for uncertainty, for potential threats, and for every possible future loss, for what might go wrong. It's also always scanning for what it, the mind, believes requires our immediate attention, even if it doesn't. And none of this is a problem, you guys. This is key. None of this is a problem. We do not need to rid ourselves of these thoughts. They're not a problem. They're just what the mind does. Truly understanding this helps me ask very different questions now. Knowing how beautifully and predictably human I am, how would I like to care for myself when these thoughts do arrive? Because you know what? They will, especially on days that our culture calls special. I know my mind, I know how my mind works. I know the stories it tends to tell. And I would like to care for myself while these stories are visiting. Because stewardship is not a self-improvement project. It is not becoming a person who never lands on difficult squares on the bingo card. It is becoming kinder stewards of ourselves while life unfolds through us. An act of kindness for a beautiful, perfect nervous system. If your mind loves to tell constant, incessant negative stories and give you negative images and scary memories, and then tell all kinds of big, tall, urgent stories about it, congratulations. You have a normal, protective, survival based, primitive mind. You're fine. None of those things need to go away. And sometimes something as simple as a bingo card can help serve as just a little simple reminder that when emotions and sensations do bubble up through you, instead of being sucked into the vortex, you can acknowledge the vortex. Like, there it is. I see that it's happening, but instead, I'm going to offer myself kindness and grace. And I'm going to offer this system kindness and grace. All emotions are welcome. And the thing that still feels sticky sometimes is this: all stories, thoughts, and images are also welcome. Every time they come, especially when they're really loud and repetitive, they're just opportunities to see again. This is not a problem. This is energy moving through. This is bringing up things to the light that are ready to be seen. It is all safe. It is all in service of growth and expansion. And all is well. I love you guys. Bye.